Hey there, listeners. Welcome back, or welcome to Just a Dude podcast, where we explore fascinating stories, groundbreaking ideas, and the unsung heroes behind them. I'm Nathan, your host, and today we're diving into a topic that has the potential to reshape our energy landscape. Ammonia and hydrogen as fuel sources. Buckle up because we're going to go on a ride, quite literally, with a 1981 Chevrolet Impala that runs on ammonia, and we'll uncover some cutting-edge innovations from Hydrofuel Inc. Before we jump in, I do want to thank one of our listeners who provided most of this information. This person requested to be kept anonymous, but I wanted to thank them for bringing this incredible story to our attention. This listener shared a wealth of information about ammonia fuel technology, and I've done some research to verify these claims and bring you the facts. So let's get started with the story of Gregory Vezina, a trailblazer in alternate energy solutions.
This is the CTV Television Network.
Hydrofuel ammonia has received an enthusiastic reception from government representatives in Ottawa and Toronto. The car was recently demonstrated in North Bay.
The car was in Ottawa this week, and a couple of interested observers were Governor General Edward Schreier and Energy Minister Mark Lalonde. After a ride around the Parliament block, Lalonde expressed satisfaction with the performance of the car and the fuel.
There's no doubt about it. The acceleration is good, and you don't see the difference, frankly, from a car that is gasoline fueled. Seems quite good, and it's maybe a little bit slower on acceleration, I'm told, but you don't notice the difference, frankly. It would be good for racers would know the difference, I suppose, but quite interesting, and certainly so far as they will be able to produce it on a competitive basis with oil, that's the type of thing we want to encourage and support. So I think my department is working closely with them, and I hope we'll see projects of this nature really taking off.
Back in 1981, Gregory Vezina, the CEO of Hydrofuel Inc., converted a 1981 Chevrolet Impala to run on ammonia. Yes, you heard that right, an ordinary car fueled by ammonia. This wasn't just a quirky experiment, it was a serious demonstration of alternative energy's potential. Gregory even drove this car across Canada, showcasing its capabilities to the public and meeting with government officials, including then Governor General Ed Schreier, Energy Minister Mark Lalonde. So how does an ammonia-powered car work? Well, ammonia is a hydrogen-rich compound. By cracking ammonia on demand, you can extract hydrogen, which then powers the engine. This eliminates the need for bulky hydrogen storage and offers a safer, denser alternative. Gregory's innovation was groundbreaking, especially considering that this happened over 40 years ago. It's proof that the push for sustainable energy has deep roots. Our listeners shared some YouTube links showcasing this ammonia-powered car, and the footage is fascinating. You just saw one video, but another one will come. Seeing a vintage Chevrolet, typically a gas guzzler, run on ammonia is like watching a glimpse of a cleaner, greener future. We'll post the link to these videos that we've already seen. But this story not only highlights Gregory's ingenuity, but also shows that alternative energy solutions have been viable for decades. We just need the will to adapt them. Fast forward to today, and Gregory Vezina's company, Hydrofuel Inc., is still leading the charge in ammonia and hydrogen technologies. One of their flagship projects is the Micro Ammonia Production System, or MAPS. This technology has a potential to revolutionize the production of green ammonia and hydrogen. The MAPS 1.0 system has already been patented, and a commercial prototype is ready for testing. According to Hydrofuel, MAPS reduces production costs by up to 50% compared to traditional methods. Why is this important? The energy transition requires not just cleaner energy, but also affordable solutions. MAPS addresses both by cutting down on costs while maintaining high efficiency. And it's not just about saving money, but producing hydrogen and ammonia locally, we can reduce reliance on large-scale production facilities and the associated carbon footprint of transporting these fuels. Hydrofuel has also partnered with University of Toronto's Solar Fuels Group to develop advanced photocatalysts. These materials use sunlight to produce hydrogen, further pushing the boundaries of sustainable energy. Imagine a world where small-scale, decentralized ammonium production units can power local communities. It's not just a dream, it's becoming a reality. Let's take a closer look at the debate. Ammonia versus hydrogen. Hydrogen has long been touted as the fuel of the future, but its storage and transportation challenges are significant. Ammonia, on the other hand, is easier to handle and can serve as hydrogen carrier. Hydrofuel's MAPS technology capitalizes on this by producing ammonia that can be cracked on demand to release hydrogen. Economically, ammonia seems to have the upper hand. According to Hydrofuel, using MAPS technology can bring the cost of ammonia production down to less than half that of traditional methods. When you factor in reduced emissions and logistics costs, ammonia becomes a compelling alternative. Plus, it's versatile. Beyond fueling cars, it can be used in agriculture, industry, and even power generation. Environmentally, ammonia's advantage lies in the potential to be produced from renewable sources like sunlight, water, and air. This is the vision of Hydrofuel's MAPS 2.0 system set to launch later this year. If successful, it could mark a significant step forward in our journey toward net zero emissions. There are some challenges and critics. While the potential of ammonia and hydrogen is immense, it's essential to acknowledge the challenges and critiques these technologies face. One of the significant hurdles for ammonia is its toxicity and the risks associated with handling and storage. Although ammonia is safer than hydrogen in terms of flammability, accidental releases can pose environmental and health hazards. Hydrogen, too, has its share of challenges. The production of green hydrogen, which relies on renewable energy for electrolysis, remains expensive and energy intensive. Additionally, the infrastructure for transporting and storing hydrogen at scale is still underdeveloped. This makes a widespread adoption a long-term goal rather than an immediate solution. Critics also point out that while technology like MAPS shows promise, scaling them to meet global energy demands is a complex task. Governments and industries must work together to invest in these technologies and establish regulations to ensure their safety and sustainability. Public awareness and acceptance will also play a crucial role on determining how quickly those innovations are adopted. Let's take a look at this video from our listener that they shared about what happened 25 years afterwards.
Tonight, Back to the Future. 25 years later, why hasn't this Canadian's clean, green, hydrogen-fueled machine taken over the roads? Drive a hybrid? Think you're pretty smart? Well, your vehicle may be fuel efficient, but ahead of the curve? Sorry. That prize goes to Greg Vezina. 25 years ago, he found fame by getting his Chevy Impala to run on something he called hydrofuel. So what happened to Vezina and his Chevy? In tonight's Checking In, Pia Chattopadhyay finds out.
Well, here we are. It's the first time I've been in this thing in about 10 years.
Greg Vezina fancies himself a man ahead of the times, and he was 25 years ago. He retrofitted his 1981 Chevy Impala into a car for the future, fueled by what Vezina named hydrofuel, essentially ammonia, which is a mix of hydrogen with a little nitrogen. The exhaust was clean, and it was cheaper to run his car on hydrofuel than on gasoline. Even the energy minister of the day took it for a spin and said he liked it. So did the Governor General. All in all, Vezina thought he had a winner.
Within 5 years, assuming the government attitude towards the technology was proper, it would be available to the consumers.
Yeah! Fast forward to today.
Whoa, that's great, it's open.
There's a fuel of the future. 25 years of rust on it.
Vezina's vehicle sits idle. It still starts, and Vezina still believes it's the cure for the world's energy woes. But he says shortly after his appearance on Parliament Hill back in '81, interest in his idea all but disappeared. Vezina speculates it's because the government owned Petro-Canada, so there wasn't much political will to develop alternative fuels.
What do I say? I mean, you know, you can be right, but you got to wait for history. And that's basically what happened to us. We were right, but history wasn't ready. The world wasn't ready.
Today, nearly every major car maker is working on alternative fuel technologies, predicting consumers will be driving vehicles entirely powered by those technologies as early as 6 years from now. But many analysts say it will be many more years, perhaps as many as 30, before hydrogen-run cars will be clogging our highways because the technology is still so expensive.
There's not enough money to support all of this development that's required. And thus there is a viable role for government to come in and to support some of these initiatives to try to kickstart them to keep them going.
As for Greg Vezina, he's thinking of once again kickstarting his project. 25 years on, he says the dream's still alive, and it may be time to go back to the future again. Pia Chattopadhyay, CBC News, Toronto.
Looking ahead, the future of energy transition will likely involve a mix of solutions, with ammonia and hydrogen playing complementary roles. Ammonia's ability to act as a hydrogen carrier makes it an ideal candidate for bridging the gap between current fossil fuel systems and a fully renewable energy grid. Technologies like MAPS could empower local communities by enabling decentralized production, reducing dependence on centralized energy systems. Moreover, advancements in photochemical and electrochemical processes are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Researchers are exploring ways to improve efficiency and reduce costs further, making these technologies more accessible to developing nations. This democratization of energy could help level the playing field, allowing more countries to achieve energy independence. As we transition, collaboration will be key. From governments setting policies to private companies investing in research and development, everyone has a role to play. Public awareness campaigns can help educate people about the benefits and challenges of these technologies, fostering a sense of collective responsibility towards a greener future. And we all know that while the environment is important, we need to responsibly find alternative fuels that can be replaceable. So, what's the takeaway from today's episode? First, kudos to visionaries like Gregory Vezina, who dared to challenge the status quo. His ammonia-powered Impala was ahead of its time, and his work with Hydrofuel Inc. continues to push the boundaries of what's possible. Second, ammonia and hydrogen aren't just buzzwords. They're tangible solutions to some of the biggest energy challenges we face. Finally, a big thank you to our anonymous listener for sharing this story with us. It's listeners like you who make this podcast a platform for learning and discovery. If you're as inspired as I am, check out the links we'll include in the show notes to learn more about Hydrofuel and their work. Do you have an interesting topic you would like to share with our podcast? Feel free to contact us on social media or via email at justadudepodcast1@gmail.com. We would love to present what you are interested in. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep questioning the world around you. This is Nathan signing off from Just a Dude Podcast. See you in the next episode.